You're listening to The Money Hour with your host, Tina Mitchell, and co-host, Keelan Harvey on Alternative Talk AM 1150. Now, back to the show with local mortgage experts, Tina Mitchell and Keelan Harvey.
And you're listening to The Money Hour at 1150 AM KKNW, the Friday, July 17th virtual show. Because of COVID, our show is temporarily moved virtually. You can listen to us on podcast and catch us on air on 1150 AM KKNW, Saturday at 3 p.m. with a rebroadcast on Sunday at 8 a.m. I am your host, Tina Mitchell.
And I'm your co-host, Keelan Harvey.
We are here to help you build a strong financial blueprint, 1 week and one show at a time. If you're hearing our show at a different time or day, you are listening to a rebroadcast, but we're here to connect you with the guests that we have on the show. You can call at 1-855-400-1150. Again, that's 1-855-400-1150 or online at themoneyhour.com. In studio right now, we have Vicki Draper of Healing Your Animal, Make You and Your Pet's Life Easier, right here on 1150 AM KKNW. Vicki, another first-time guest today. We have all newbies here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This is fun.
And a little bit about Vicki. Vicki is a highly regarded modern-day animal healer and author who supports families and animals with health, harmony, and ease, addressing wellness during every stage of an animal's life. With her skill set, she serves people locally and nationally and internationally. A natural-born animal communicator, Vicki's qualifications as a healer for both people and animals includes being a licensed massage therapist, a certified acupuncturist, Reiki master teacher, and training in therapy. Well, we'll get back to that word. She is a
I love it. Good shot, Tina. You went for it. I love it.
Yeah. She's a creator of Emir and Healing Your Animal, Natural Healing Essence, available in her classes, stores, and online. And actually, Vicki, before Keelan chimes in with your first question, Keelan, I was actually just with Susan, a very close friend and a close business partner, Keelan knows, doing my every other week canasta game. And Vicki, I'm going to do an email introduction once we're off show here to you. She just found out that her little dog, Rory, went in for cancer, and he's young. He's like 6 years old. They don't know what stage it is right now, but she definitely needs your services. So I just had that conversation with her. So yeah, really excited to have you here, Vicki.
Oh, great, thank you. Happy to help.
I'm excited too. So that makes me look really bad, Tina, because I was just going to talk about how my 1-year-old Bosnian rescue dog got fixed, and that is not nearly as serious as the cancer story. But to me, it's a tragedy. This dog's running around with a cone, and he's miserable, the cone of shame. And but he's healing. It's all good. We love him, and he's going to get better soon. But maybe we need to send your vibes. But explain a little bit about how you make life easier.
Well, your pets can't talk to you as you understand them, at least most people. And then it's frustrating. And so I make life easier because I'm able to understand your pet. And I'm able to understand you, and I get the two of you connected and on the same page, because so much frustration and so much acting out for the animal's part, which some people label bad behavior, and it's just like, well, that's the animal behaving. They're just reacting to what's going on, and then that's easily, we can solve that when we get to the root of why and what's going on, and then you both live in peace and harmony.
So Vicki, since you've been doing this for 20 years, how does animal communication work? And does it make sense to come see you if your animal is totally fine? You just want to see, maybe you think he's fine. There's no behavioral issues, but let's talk about how it works.
Okay. Well, animal communication is one facet of what I do. I'm a natural born healer, and as you've heard, I've had training in multiple modalities. So I bring that to the forefront too. So my skill is in communicating. I'm not only able to communicate and understand, I can understand your animal's body. So when there's serious things like cancer, or even not as serious things like a surgery, well, and neutering is not as serious. The spaying is a little bit more serious. It doesn't matter. And even if it's just for wellness, that we keep the body in balance. And so, yes, people that have well animals, or they think they're well, just like you tune up your car with oil and you put gas in it, that's what a healing session with me is like, because it just keeps the body in its optimal shape. And yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say that's really, really cool, because it is frustrating because you have no idea what's going on in this pet's mind. He's running around the house with the cone on, and he's clearly frustrated. We can't do anything about it because otherwise he's going to get after his little wounds and things. So you just got to kind of stick through it. So that'd be really cool. I'm going to have to definitely get in contact with you after for not only that, but the other thing is I just bought a house, and in Monroe out here, he's got plenty of land and such. But I would imagine that also could affect his mindset. You know, it's a new environment, a new space. And then he just got his boys cut off, if I could say that. And so he's not a happy dog right now. So what can you give me as far as advice, or anybody else out there who's had the moving process happen with a pet, and then, you know, I have another layer on top of that, so I might need extra help?
Okay, well, the moving process, I help a lot of people with this, because your pets don't know. You know what's going on. Their whole life is uprooted with all the boxes, all the packing, all the stress, and you're like, oh, got all these to-dos, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they're not really included in that. They're just in the whirlwind going, something's wrong. And I even found that out with my own cat, because I had moved, in my number of years living, I have moved multiple times, and I had a cat with me, Tasha, that lived over 19 years. So she was with me for multiple moves. And one move, she was just particularly not acting herself. And I'm like, what is going on? So I'm too close to it. So I call my friend, who's an animal communicator. And she said, well, Tasha doesn't know she's going with you. And I'm like, what? Of course she's going with me, but I hadn't specifically told her. So once I told her, her whole demeanor shifted. I mean, and so why this move she didn't know, I don't know, but our animals are very literal, and just that simple piece. So share with them in pictures. That's the most common way.
Yeah.
What's happening, what you want to do.
So it sounds like we've actually have 3 introductions here. Susan's going to definitely call you out, or call you. Keelan's going to call you. And I am. We have an 18-year-old Shih Tzu that is blind and can't hear, but he seems really happy. But I want to take him, and I want to find out if he really is, because as a first-time dog owner, 18-year first-time dog owner, I know at some point in time we're going to have to put him down. And I want to make sure when we do, it's the right time. And so we've got 3 people that are going to meet up with you, Vicki. So if moving affects, if moving affects your animal, what about when you go on vacation?
That's very similar, because your animals, again, don't know what's going on. They know you're bringing out the suitcase. They know you're kind of stressed because you're trying to get all the details worked out, and they're just like, well, I don't know what's going on. And so when we share with them what's going on, as simple as the details, I'm leaving in 3 days, I'm going to be gone for 7, and I'll be back. The key is showing them you're going to be back, because they don't know. They just know. And then I'll give you the tip on an easy way to communicate that with your pets is they don't know days like we do, but they know lights and darks. So sunrises, sunsets. So you can show them in blinks the number of days, and then you show them leaving the house with your suitcase, and then you show them the number of days you're gone, and then you show them coming back in the door with your suitcase. And once they really know that, it's amazing how they settle, because it's like, okay, cool, I know the plan.
Wow, that is going to totally bring me to tears, because as we're talking here, whenever we go on vacation, Harley never goes under the bed. He sees the suitcases, he's under the bed. When he comes with us, because we have someone take us to the airport, or if Dave's dropping me off for a trip, Harley's there. He always, his tail starts to go down. He recognizes that we're actually heading into the airport. It is crazy. So being able to communicate and share how to make that experience better and knowing that we're going to come back, I love it.
Yeah. And if the guardian is too stressed to do that, then that's where I come in. I can clearly communicate that, and then it just helps take that pressure off of you going on vacation, and then the animals are just so relieved, so you know that they're going to be comfortable while you're gone.
That is unbelievable. Pets understand a lot more than I thought they do. You know how smart they are, but you don't realize of how much they can retain because we don't speak their language. So that's really interesting to hear. And I understand, Vicki, that you work with pets in other countries and states and that type of thing. Elaborate on how that works.
Okay, well, energy in physics doesn't know time or space. So I can connect with your pet in another state, another country, as if we're in the same room. And they're responding. So it used to be, I've been doing this for 20 years, it used to be we'd be on the phone. Well, now we can be on Zoom or FaceTime. And I'm working with the pet, and the pet is, I'll say, here's what's happening, here's what's moving, here's what's clearing. And the pet will be doing something at that time. And so the person can see it happening firsthand, what's going on. And so it can even work with serious conditions. I had Samson, 8-year-old Cocker Spaniel that had fallen off the bed in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and gotten paralyzed. And they'd already been to the vet and acupuncture and nothing. I mean, no noticeable results. And so they came to me out of desperation. And within 5 minutes, right after the session, they were taking Samson out to go potty. And at that time, they'd been having to hold him up. He actually stood on his own. And so we were able to get him back to full mobility.
Wow.
And that being in a different country.
Yeah, Vicki, we've got less than a minute. Just very quickly, what is a tip to communicate with your pet as we're wrapping up with you today?
What does it take? I'm sorry, what was the question?
Oh, what is one tip to communicate with your pet?
Oh, well, that was the blinks or the pictures.
Oh, the blinks. Okay, perfect. So a shout out for call to action and being a better pet owner as we wrap up our time here with you, Vicki.
I offer a free assessment for people wanting to know if this will work for them or their particular situation. So I invite you to visit my website, www.healingyouranimal.com, and just scroll down and it'll say, schedule your assessment.
Perfect. Vicki, thank you so much for joining us on the show. It's a real pleasure to have you, and what a great service that you're doing to pet owners that love their pets just like they love their children. So thank you, Vicki.
Oh, it's my passion.
And coming up next in the Money Hour, what you need to know about insurance. Tennyson Jacobson of Farmers Insurance right here at 11:06 a.m. KKNW.